Well, it feels so good to get to play today, and yeah, really proud of our team. I think they have held it together really well this preseason. With the uncertainties that we have this year, so I was really happy for them to get to come out and compete and compete at home in front of our fans. Yeah, I thought we played hard. Took us a little while to settle in offensively. Still think we missed some shots we can make. I think we can clean up some execution offensively, hopefully before our next game. And then defensively, we had some kids that just made plays, but I think overall our defense, our one-on-one defense, overall defense can be better, and we'll work on that. But you don't come out in game one and be perfect. But I'm proud of our team, proud of our effort. I thought we had some really bright spots and a lot of encouraging moments out there that really going to help us.
Take a question from Rick Russo.
My bad. Sorry about that. Hey, Kelly, sorry about that. The Zoom got me. Obviously glad to be back playing basketball, but talk about the atmosphere, if you will, some of the changes, the benches being on the other side, things like that, that you might notice as you get the game going on.
Yeah, so the layout obviously is different. I'll be honest with you, not having a pet band there is different. Not having our cheer team on the court, different. Media on the court. There's just so much that just makes it look different. It definitely feels different being on the opposite side of the score table. There are times that I forget, oh, they're going to throw the ball over here because we're opposite the score table. So there are a few things that will still take some adjusting. But, one of the things that we know we have to be as well as everybody else in the country at any job right now is flexible. You've got to be flexible, you got to be adaptable, and you've got to be ready for change. The things that did not change, however, we got to play. We had to play. The rules didn't change, so we were on the court playing, and that was fun.
Lewis.
Kelly, with your starting lineup, you end up going with 3 newcomers on the team. Obviously Jordan and Kian are transfers and have a lot of experience, and then Marta as well. What kind of led you to that decision, and how do you think those 3 in particular played in their first game?
Well, I thought they played well in their first game. Decisions about starting really for us has been about the consistency in the preseason and who's been there every single day and played hard. Now, listen, we've got several players that, that'll be right in that mix. So there's nothing set in stone, but the players that started the game, I'm really proud of them. I thought those newcomers, they came in with great maturity, great confidence, and they didn't look like rookies out there. I thought they went out and played well.
Let's go to Madison Blevins.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. Ray Vols, just such a fun player to watch, coming in, making an immediate impact with 18 points, but 7 assists and 4 rebounds as well. Just how does she just bring an overall better aspect to the game and lead this team now in that starting role as well? Yeah, so one of the things that I've said about this team this year, all of our returners are better. And she's better. I thought she ended on a high note last year. She played well going down the stretch, and she's not only carried that over, but really let that propel her. She has been so consistent in practice. Every day, you know what you're going to get with her. She's played well. Everybody knows Ray Burrell has a high motor and she plays hard, and you're always going to get that. But now you saw Ray that's more confident, Ray that is very poised, made great decisions. Really, really proud of her. She let the game come to her, but honestly, that's not surprising. Her game today is exactly how she's practiced. And so we're really proud of her, really excited for her this season. And Coach,
Maria?
following that, you had 48 points in the paint. Sorry, Eric. 48 points in the paint. I know the inside game has been a big emphasis in preseason as well. How proud of you of those 48 points in the paint and 25 points off turnovers?
Yeah, so I think we getting it inside. I think our physicality, our size, and our strength was an advantage for us. To be honest with you, I would like to have had a few more post touches. Not that they didn't score; they did okay. I would like to find a few more ways to get them the ball in the paint. They've done a good job also in practice of scoring, so I want to make sure we're finding them some opportunities as well. Obviously, the points off turnovers, that's not been an area, that was not an area we were great at last year. So to be able to convert those was really, really good to see.
Maria?
Coach, it was 17-13 after the first quarter. And then, of course, you got your separation before halftime. Do you think that was just a little bit of the first game and sort of trying to get in sync? And just so I don't forget, Tess Darby, of course, was on the sideline, but not in uniform. If you could just update her status.
Yeah. So first starting with Tess. Tess is rehabbing now a lower leg injury. So we'll get her back hopefully within the next, probably within the next couple weeks for sure. So we'd like to get her back out there and in uniform. I really think I'll have to go back and watch it. I really think we started the game a little tentative. I thought that was pretty obvious for me offensively, a little bit defensively. After that first quarter, I think one of the first things we did, we got out there and got a steal and converted. And I think that was what got us going, to be honest with you. But hopefully moving forward, we don't have that tentativeness because we need to be pretty aggressive. I mean, I think that's who we are by nature. I think that's when we're at our best, playing a little bit more downhill. I thought we were trying to figure things out, make sure everything was going to be okay in that first quarter. And finally, we just let loose and play. And that's what I told them in the timeout. I said, you just got to play. We just got to let go and just play. And I thought they did a much better job of that.
Will?
Yeah, I know it's already kind of been mentioned, but turnovers last year were something that you guys really struggled with. But, Jordan Walker in her first career start just turns the ball over once from point guard. I guess how important is that for you guys moving forward to have someone that can distribute the ball effectively without throwing it away like her?
Oh, well, I think it's imperative that you've got players that aren't turning the ball over. You've got players that are distributing, finding the open man, making good decisions, managing the team. I think that's important. And she's done a good job of that. I thought Destiny Salary did a pretty good job of that when she was in there. So, two newcomers coming in those tough roles. I thought they did a pretty good job with that. Overall, our 13 turnovers, I think we're going to walk out of this one and feel okay with that and find a way to get better once we look at them. Because I think there are a lot of those that really we could erase even some of those. But, we've worked hard on that in our preseason practices. I think our offensive spacing has helped us in those areas. So we'll go back, we'll get in the film room and watch some of those and try to correct them even before our next practice.
Gustavo?
Let's talk about Marta Suarez. I mean, double-digit points, 44% from the field goal. How, and she was her first game here on Rocky Top after having a very challenging offseason. Talk about her.
Yeah, I think Marta is a player that gives us some steadiness. She's poised. She's competitive. She makes plays. I mean, she had several offensive boards. She's going to be in the mix. She's going to be in the middle of it. She sticks her nose in it, right? And we need that. And I think for us right now, just having her skill set, we obviously started her at the small forward position, but we were able to move her around a little bit, played some wing. I think she brought the ball up the court a couple times. So I think just trying to take advantage of her broad skill set is important for our team because she's really helps us when she's out there.
Madison?
Coach, we saw glimpses of just how much depth this team does have when your leading scorer, Renia Davis, only has 10 points and you still win by 40. So what does that say about your team on the offensive end?
Well, our depth is something that we're proud of. We're excited about. We think we've had more competition in practice this year. Just because there are more people on the court, and we're really. I think if we can have that, not just the depth, but the balance in scoring, it takes some pressure off Renia. She's going to score. I mean, she didn't get up a lot of shots and she still has a double-double. She is so good. Renia Davis is so good. But I don't want her to have to do it alone. And we've got players that can step up and score. We got players that can rebound. We got players that can do other things. And I think when you have that, you have a lot of players that that people have to worry about. Your offense is bound to be better.
Will?
Yeah, Jordan Walker mentioned that she didn't know she was going to start until about 8 minutes before the game. I guess when you were considering them, was that kind of like a game time decision, or had you been thinking about that for a while with the newcomers?
Well, I've been thinking about it, and I would say I didn't tell them, but they all probably had a pretty good idea. That's who we've been going with in practice the last few days, and that's the group that's really been, like I said earlier, been the most consistent. But also in today's world, I could tell them something on one day and it changed the next day. So we just decided to wait till game time to make that announcement because, we just wanted to make sure we were all there and ready to go for game time.
Maria?
Coach, kind of a follow-up to that. Did you like that starting lineup, or is this something that could be fluid with you as the season goes on?
Well, both, actually. I do like that starting lineup. I think that's you had a lot of tough players out there, a lot of tough kids that don't mind taking charges. They don't mind diving on loose balls. I like that. They work. But with also saying that, we have competition and nothing's in stone. So I think that the good thing for our team right now is you can't be complacent because we've got people pushing at you. I thought Tamari and Cassie played well. I thought Jaden had good minutes. I thought Destiny Salary played some good minutes. And I think when you have people pushing each other, it's going to help. It's going to help your team. It's challenging everybody to be their best.
Any final questions for Coach? Okay, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the new setup or at least got something out of the new setup. So thank y'all for coming.